Everyone assumed a baby bison would grow up wild by nature, distant, untouchable. But this one arrived already flinching from human hands, and no one knew if that fear would ever soften.
Woo! Buffalo baby, buffalo baby.
The story began when her boss took in an orphaned bison calf. Sometimes, when bison have twins, the mother cannot care for both babies at once. So the task of bottle feeding him and raising him fell to her, a young caretaker who had never done anything like this before. When she first met him, he pressed himself against the fence rail, ears back, legs trembling under a body too new for so much weight. He wouldn't let anyone touch him. There was almost nothing written anywhere about how to raise an orphaned bison calf. Most of what she learned she had to figure out herself, one small reaction at a time. She decided the only thing she could offer him at first was her presence, without demanding anything back. So she began sitting in his pen for hours, saying nothing important, just reading him old fairy tales in a low, steady voice.
Good boy. Good boy.
At first, he stayed at the far corner, watching her over his shoulder. Then, one afternoon, he took a single step closer, his breathing slowed. His head dipped, just slightly, and he let it rest near her boot. It was such a small motion, but it meant he had chosen to stop bracing for danger. Within the first month, something in him had loosened enough to let his playfulness through clumsy happy hops across the pen, as if his body had finally remembered it was allowed to be young. He still needed something she couldn't give him herself. Around that time, another rescued calf named Coda arrived. The two bison approached each other slowly, noses stretching forward until they touched, once, then again. From that first quiet greeting, they became inseparable, chasing each other through the open field with sudden bursts of energy, the kind that only comes from a body that finally feels safe. Now, at close to 1,000 pounds, he still moves toward her the instant he sees her. He lies down in the grass and lets his massive head, as wide as her whole torso, rest across her. He still has his quirks. He watches her phone with deep suspicion, and if he sees her pick it up, he will smack it clean out of her hand with his nose. The first time he did that, she froze for a second, stunned. She could hardly believe this was the same tiny, helpless calf she had once fed from a bottle, now strong enough and confident enough to swat a phone across the pen without a second thought. He and Coda still tumble through the field together, chasing each other into sudden zoomies. He is still, in many ways, a baby. Bison don't reach full maturity until they turn 4. And he is only 2.5, somewhere between calf and giant.
It's okay.
She imagines this simple, ordinary rhythm continuing for the rest of his life, mornings in the pasture, evenings with his head resting against her, no fences of fear left standing between them anymore. If you are rescuing or thinking of adopting an exotic animal, please make sure to contact professionals and do your research first, so that animal can have the best life possible. Healing rarely arrives all at once. More often, it looks like someone choosing to stay nearby, again and again, until trust simply becomes the new normal. Rescuing an animal changes their whole world, but watching a bond like this grow, it's hard not to wonder who really rescued whom. What are your thoughts on that? I'd love to hear your own stories in the comments.